What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Africa is Next podcast. I am here with the awesome foursome, the four compadres. Yeah, we're going to be talking more tier list. I think we're going to be wrapping up the tier list today. We'll see, fingers crossed. But let me get into introductions. So first off and foremost, I'm going to introduce the guy who actually owns the channel, Mr. Extrodin himself.
The faceless owner.
He's just always like swag. It's like we're playing rugby. Esa. So yeah, Mr. Extrodin, this is Mr. Extrodin Universe or Mr. Extrodin Talks or whatever you're watching, or whichever channel you're watching. On those channels, you're going to find two podcasts. So Africa's Next, your favorite nerd podcast right now. That's the one you're watching right now. A lot of geek talk, a lot of, anime, all of that good stuff, superheroes, you name it, we talk about it here. And then we've also got African Frame. Oof, there's a lot of Africas here. African Frame podcast. All right. So African Frame podcast, that is where we talk movies. That's where we do breakdowns of movies, film commentary, also box office predictions, talking about movies that are coming out in the box office. Usually New Metro. It's coming soon. You'll see it. Check the playlists out. It's all on the channel. All of that good stuff. So if you're into film, if you're into geek culture, this is the place to be. Please hit that notification and do the subscribing and all of that good stuff before I run out of the English. Okay? Great. All right. And then we've got Mr. Khala from the House of Khala. That is right, the Golden Dragon himself. And he is from KC Media. So KC Media, you also get your geek stuff, but with a little bit of some six gun in yana. So
Six gun is the spice, guys.
Peli, not 6 gun, peli.
Yeah, lots of geek talk over there. Anything that we're not covering over here, nerd-wise, we're covering over there at the Nerdgasm podcast, and it's a lot of fun, and it's a lot of variety and all of that good stuff. You get Star Wars, where we rant about Star Wars and divorce Star Wars, you get your tier list, where we're talking cartoons and all of that good stuff, and then you get your anime reviews, where we're doing stuff like Code Geass, which is something that we're going to pick up very soon. So make sure to go check that out, especially if you're a Code Geass fan. You don't want to miss that one. I don't know why I turned into Grim for 2 seconds.
Because the Geass has got you.
Lelouch compels you to sound like you're Jamaican. Yeah, and what's this? And then also over there on KC Media, there's also the Geek Spot where we interview a lot of creatives, from different industries, different venues. Sometimes it's just people who are quote unquote regular, who work a regular day job, and then they like to dress up like Batman. And we're like, what's your story, man? So stuff like that is going on at KC Media. Please go check it out. It's a lot of fun. And then we've got the Fire Lord himself, Mr. Zuko at Cortesi on all social medias. His Twitter is hilarious. Do not miss it. Go make sure you follow the Twitter. Hey, people are also jumping ship to Blue Sky, so you might want to also set up a Blue Sky account in Yana and all of that stuff.
What's Blue Sky?
It's good. It's like the new Twitter, I'm guessing. It's like the Twitter where apparently all the racists are not there yet.
I thought that was
so
Threads.
Supposedly a safe. No, well, Threads is not catching on, so Blue Sky is like next. I don't know. Twitter is
big. Did you hear
that,
Meta? Did you hear that? Threads is not happening. So no matter how hard you try to put links on my Facebook and whatever, it ain't working. You will not see me there. No.
All I'm saying is Threads, keep doing what you're doing because I enjoy it. It's so peaceful there. It is so calm. There's there's like minimal violence and people are just happy and sharing feel good stories. I enjoy it.
Yeah, so long as I'm not there, because if I'm there, I'm going to be like a cataclysm. I'll be the I'll be the same with the end times of come. It happened. It happened the one day. The sky is open and a dragon emerged on Threads. And a peaceful life was gone forever.
When Palpatine Jr.
Oh my gosh. So anyway, yeah, Blue
guys,
Sky is a thing, so you can go check it out.
We need to drop a mixtape, man. Come
on. Destroy everything.
Yeah.
Kill everybody.
I was about to
I
say
think
that.
it will be, as long as we have nice beats, because I know our lyrics are gonna be the most dumbest. I think Takashi will have better lyrics than us.
Bruh.
Well, Bike is here, so
tail beast bomb, put your hands up. If you got your tail beast bomb, put your hands up.
All I'm telling you, our hit single will be Corona makes you lose control.
Corona makes me lose control.
Chakra shaking, chakra shaking both ways. Madara do a double take.
Boy, Kurama makes me lose control.
Kurama made him lose control as soon as Hinata hit the floor. Okay. All right. Anyway, make sure to follow Mr. Zuko on his social medias at Cortezi on all social medias. Okay. All right.
Yay!
Hey, we did better than normal, guys. Gold star.
Gold star.
Okay, so it's time for
it was only 5 minutes for our intro. We're getting better at this, guys.
Okay, wait. Are you telling us this?
We're guys, Kai. We're tangenting again. I can feel it.
How many are left here?
No, we'll be done with this today. We'll actually be done early.
Yeah, we're getting into the rest of the tier list. So are you guys ready? Let's do this. Let's go. So, Scarecrow. Crane.
Oh, he's cool, I guess.
Surge.
Yeah, I'd argue for badass.
Yeah, I think I'm with Buckmeister on this one because I think we had a discussion about him last week, and we spoke about how effective he is mentally.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Not in a physical sense, but when it comes to psyche.
Maybe because of his dog water performance in the Dark Knight. His coloring my perception, but in his game,
he was great.
I enjoyed him in there. That's why I said cool.
Also, Batman Begins. He was also really good. Is it Martin Crane? No, that's Fraser.
I think it's Victor Crane.
Oh, Jonathan Crane.
Oh, Jonathan Crane, yeah.
But his performance in the Injustice games, chef's kiss.
No, I think I agree with Tebello on this one. Cillian Murphy is a great actor, but that Scarecrow performance, not his fault. But
what are you guys talking about?
It was lackluster.
I'm trying to figure out what was wrong with the performance. He was convincing.
Okay, let me ask you guys something.
Exactly.
Let me ask you guys something. Who talks about, when people talk about the Dark Knight trilogy, who talks about the Scarecrow?
No, I'm saying if you're trying to say he was underused, that I understand. But the performance and the dialogue was not bad. Come on.
Exactly. And it's not
when he told Batman, you take yourself so seriously, you need to lighten up. And then he set him on fire. You cannot tell me that was not cold. Come on.
Yeah, it was just meh for me.
Wow, you guys are so hard to please.
Wow.
Hating on the Nolan trilogy. Hey, you guys,
I'm not hating on the Nolan trilogy.
No, not hating on the Nolan trilogy. I'm just saying Cillian Murphy's a great actor.
No, but between how you guys talk about, but I would say between the way you guys talk about Batman in the Nolan trilogy, now you're talking about how Scarecrow is. Guys,
you might as well be hating. I mean, stand on it. Stand on business, guys.
No.
I've been reading a lot of Batman, and I thought Cillian Murphy. The only problem is that he's underutilized. Because I mean, also when he was talking to Rachel, and like he was like, maybe you should drink some, might clear your head. I was like, yo, Rachel, get out of there!
Right?
It's him.
I was terrified.
It's that performance. It's also in the third one with Bane.
I mean, he's a cameo in the third one, so he's a cameo in the second one.
2, yes.
But I'm saying
exactly. So you say a performance is bad when it's a cameo.
But I'm saying no. I mean, you can have a bad cameo performance, but I think he was just underutilized. Like he would have been a fantastic, like if they couldn't. For me, I feel like if they couldn't get the Joker back, or whatever, or they couldn't put the Joker in again, or whatever the case is. Like, I get going with Bane because he's like the second biggest villain next to the Joker, but like Scarecrow, when he's utilized well, he's a phenomenal foil.
No, we agree on that.
We are all
but
agreeing
but
on
I'm
that.
saying if we go to Batman Begins, though, I think he wasn't utilized to his full potential, but he was terrifying in that thing.
That's all we're saying.
I didn't find him terrifying at all, but I hear you, man.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Civil
I
War.
found him a calm menace. I think maybe the thing is he wasn't
we can put
a
him
loud menace.
Not bombastic, but I still think like when you put it in context and the fact that what he was doing in that movie, like what he did to Falcone, yeah.
Hey, Doug.
And to Bruce, I mean, he messed up Bruce for sure. Bruce had to call Alfred.
Okay, I'm fine with him being badass.
Wait, let's see who's in Badass. I just want to also just see who's in Badass.
It's been a while.
Is he
Galactus level?
Yeah, no, I mean no.
Gambit level.
I would say so. He's got enough good stories.
He's been waiting for this moment his
wait,
whole life.
wait. Are we saying that Scarecrow is as effective as Penguin?
When used, yes, but the
when
thing is,
used, yeah.
You see,
I'm saying Penguin. I feel like Penguin is less effective than Scarecrow.
I still think it depends on the writing, bro. Like the thing about the Rogues Gallery, Batman's Rogues Gallery, is not. You shouldn't look at it from a thing of whether they can take on Batman or not, but it's whether, like, how powerful are they in Gotham, and what
how much stress
do they
give Batman
in Gotham? Yeah, and the stress they give Batman or Gordon or whoever. You know what I mean? So when it comes
the thing is, for me, Penguin he's not like, it's never made sense to me that Penguin went to Arkham, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's never made sense to me that Penguin always goes to Arkham. Like when he goes to Blackgate, I'm like, okay, sharp, that makes sense. But then they send him to Arkham, and I'm just like, no, he's just got a long ass nose. Like he's not crazy. Whereas Scarecrow, legitimately, he has an unhealthy obsession and fascination with fear.
To him, it's more about power.
No, it's not. I think it's not about power per se. It's about it. The thing is, to me, Scarecrow, in my interpretation of him, is that he's like a scientist. He's obsessed with how far he can push a certain thing. That's why he doesn't have any, like, that's why, like, even Joker had to make sure he immunized himself from Scarecrow's toxin, because Scarecrow is the kind of guy where he's going to be like, what's Bane afraid of?
Wait, who are we talking about? Because I was talking about Penguin.
Oh, I'm talking about Scarecrow. Okay, finish your point on Penguin.
No, I was just saying. To me, it's more. To me, it seems like he's more about power. Like he wants all the power in Gotham. Basically, he wants to be the number one guy.
He's a typical mafia don.
And remember, what gave me the confidence to put him on Badass last time was the fact that Danny DeVito's performance of the Penguin is one of the things that made that movie watchable. Remember, that's what I said last week.
Yeah, you did.
And this week, when it comes to the Scarecrow, I'm also comfortable with leaving him in Badass because, like I said, I may not have liked his performance on the movies, but his game portrayal, chef's kiss.
I feel like he's been, because also in the animated series, I feel like he was doing a lot of things. Also in the Arkham games, I love his boss level and all of that stuff.
Also,
he had great potential. He had great potential in Arkham Knight until they just decided to not even focus on the story in Arkham Knight. Like, Arkham Knight story was lackluster. I'm not gonna say it was bad, but it was underwhelming.
It lost its Vuma.
Yeah, it had a great opening, and then the middle act went sideways.
So yeah, I'm happy with Badass. Yeah.
All right. I mean, I still feel like he's a better villain than the Penguin, but I can leave him on Badass for now. It's fine.
All right, who's next?
Scarlet Witch, Wanda, Maximoff. We must be careful what we say here, because apparently Wanda stands are real.
Wanda ya penga.
She's approaching Beyonce levels of standard.
You know what? We must just give them our physical addresses, like Tony Stark stupidly did in Iron Man 3. If they want hands, they must just come.
Yeah,
somebody got his up. Somebody got
it. Just a side note on that, I feel like one of the explanations to why he did that is apparently because the argument is made that because of the events of Avengers 1, he's not thinking straight. So he like every irrational thought is just like, yeah, bro, I saw aliens. You think I care about terrorists?
But he wasn't thinking straight. They portrayed that properly to show that he was suffering from PTSD.
When has he ever been thinking straight? That is the question.
No, but the thing is, the other times he was thinking with his ego.
Movie, he was
thinking with his ego. This time it wasn't his ego. He was thinking with fear, which is what
because like
PTSD
the other thing
is.
That's like because I love the Iron Man 3, like how it should have ended, where it's just like, yeah, you can come to my house, sure, fine, and then the villains come to his house and then he just activates all the armors and they just all come out and defend the house. And then it's like, yeah, that's the end of the movie, because he could have just done that. Yeah, no, Iron Man 3, it did a lot of nerfing of Iron Man suits, because like they forget that they can blast nukes and missiles and machine guns and everything, and they just start grappling people. But anyway, getting back to Wanda.
Okay, so here's what I want to say. Wanda, the Scarlet Witch comic version, I would easily have put up right there in awesome.
Awesome.
I would have put it awesome because I've seen the things she's done as a character, from the normal mutants to standing up to her dad over and over.
First off and foremost, Marvel, can we stop with that stupid retcon? Because it's stupid. Like, this is just because of MCU synergy now that they've retconned it that it's not Pietro and Wanda as the children of Magneto. And it doesn't make sense because Pietro looks like Magneto in the face.
I've heard about that.
They did what now?
They retconned it.
This was like a few years ago, though, I think.
It came out around about Age of Ultron time, where they retconned it in comics that apparently they were made by the High Evolutionary, which doesn't even make sense.
Guys, think about it. If you're trying to sell comics every month, eventually you're gonna start making ish up, and you're gonna mess up your own stuff eventually.
No, that's not what happened. What they're trying to do is they're trying to appeal to people who watch the MCU. And like what comic books keep forgetting is that, no, it's not going to happen. Because they obviously don't care.
There are some things like that that actually worked out for the best. I'll give you a stupid example. Alfred in Batman initially was a big boned dude, right? Until there was an actor that actually portrayed Alfred. Like exactly the way we see Alfred now, for the most part, how he appears in comics and animated series.
Was that the 60s Batman?
I'm not sure which era it was, but after that, they just changed his look and made him look exactly like that guy.
No, but I'm saying, like, remember but the thing is, they kind of, because Alfred didn't exist for a very long time. I think like he comes in, like basically Dick Grayson came into the picture before Alfred, and then they retconned it because that didn't make sense. But what I'm saying is, like, they were doing that for a story reason. The stuff that's happening with the Marvel synergy and whatever. Like, for example, have you guys seen what Agatha looks like now? She's all hot.
She looks hot now. She kind of looks like
for some reason. Yeah, for some reason, and it's like, but why? What for?
No, I agree with you. I was just saying that there are some rare cases where it works, but for the most part, it doesn't work. Like that for me, that's a horrible decision to turn the twins into people that were not that were not Magneto's kids. It doesn't make sense at all.
Anyway, I think
back to Wanda.
I want to say badass simply because I think there's some stuff in the comic books where it's just like they make her too crazy, I think.
I'll always take it back to the no mutants thing. For me, she messed up the mutant race so bad.
Well,
That's
I'm
still.
saying, to be fair though, people already also pushed her to it. Like Magneto was doing things, and what happened? Somebody said they killed her kids or something. I can't remember exactly how it happened,
Yeah,
but she
I'm
was
just saying
also
that
already unstable to begin with.
Yeah.
Oh, but when I
those
forget
words,
you're an X-Men fan, so
those words affected the mutant community till this day. That's what I'm trying to say. Like,
mm,
it's that bad, you know.
Mm.
So that's a powerful character right there. So
Yeah,
badass
I was
makes
about to
sense.
say, as much as her character is poorly, like she's freaking powerful, guys.
but she is powerful. But guys, stop looking at what she did in game and start assuming that she's most. Stop assuming that she's the most powerful female. She's not. I'm sick and tired of hearing people keep on telling me that, oh my God, Wanda could take on the Phoenix and beat her. No, she would not.
No,
Oh no, she would not. Oh God.
yeah. I mean it. No,
well, it
cosmic
depends.
entity.
It depends on the writer, but
I
yeah,
mean, she did go toe to toe with Hope Summers when Hope was, I think, semi-possessed by the Phoenix Force, and she is supposed to be like
this is Avengers
Omega.
versus X-Men. No?
Yeah, and I think she is supposed to be like Omega, like Omega level, like reality warping and everything. But like,
Uh-huh.
yeah, the Phoenix is an entity like that's like as old as time. Like that's not.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's I just don't
Ain't
need it
nothing
to
to
be
play
clear.
with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Anyway, I say
uh,
badass.
and
I think
also
she's.
also the Sorcerer Supreme in a good day would have clapped her cheeks any day, but
Whoa. Okay.
Wrong
oh, not
podcast,
like that.
bro.
Oh, I forget you guys are straight. I
Wrong
mean,
podcast, bro. Wrong podcast.
Doctor Strange can beat her, yes. Like
Doctor Strange.
when you start getting to that levels of power, then it's
Yeah,
really up to how the writer handles it. I just feel
exactly.
like when the writer respects
They
the characters in the scenario, that's when it like works out. But when they just decide Wanda can magic a do billy bibbidi bobbidi boo, and then Doctor Strange just falls over. That's when I'm just like,
okay.
well,
Maybe let me put it in this context, guys. Um, Multiverse of Madness was bad. Deal
yes,
with it.
no,
I still
this
haven't watched
like
that.
Don't.
no, I'm just saying like Strange actively forgets stuff that he can do. Like there's and also it's not even just him. Wong is moving like he just joined the Kamatage.
Mm.
Like he's forgetting that he was like the one of the earliest students and one of the best students of the ancient one, and he can use like the mirror dimension and all of that stuff. He just forgets that he can do all of these things. And it's like,
He
but
doesn't forget. They don't have the budget, so he doesn't use it.
Yeah,
it's
basically.
Marvel. How can they not have the budget?
The text
No.
cuts.
Because they don't, because it's not the pet products, because
No,
the
I think
CEO doesn't like it, so
we
there's
had
no budget.
this discussion before, and I think Zuko said something that I think we're all thinking, but he said it.
Mhm.
What did I say?
Sometimes if the main character does what he's supposed to do quickly, then there's no movie. So there has to be sort of like dumb decisions or things that he doesn't
Then
think
write a
of.
better story.
Then write a better like, but make it so that he doesn't know how to do. Like, let's say, if I knew how to fly, then I could go save someone. But I don't know how to fly, so it doesn't happen. But then I learn how to fly, and then I do it. Just something like that. But don't make it
No,
like I know how
Or
to
like
use.
when you put something in the movie that's just supposed to be a set piece, right?
Mm,
mm-hmm.
Just let it be a set piece and let Doctor Strange do his thing. And then when you actually introduce the actual villain, that's when you start introducing the challenge. Like in
yeah.
Multiverse of Madness, he was struggling with that squid thing, and it was not even Shuma Gorath. It was like if this was Shuma Gorath, I understand. But they didn't even say it was Shuma Gorath.
They
They
had
just
to
said it was a
retcon it
random
because
squid.
everyone was so. We were so pissed off. Like, he can't do that. No, it can't be her. It can't be. And then, no,
Yeah,
guys, it's
that's
just some squid. I was like,
No,
No,
but I'm saying like
I agree with you
if
guys.
they
I think
if they made it Shuma Gorath and then they made Shuma Gorath do magical things and then Doctor Strange had to counter with magical things and he's struggling, I understand.
hmm.
But if it was a random squid, that makes me even more upset because I'm just like, dog, you could have just opened a portal in the middle of the squid, cut it in half, and called it a day. But anyway.
Okay. So
You see
let's
what
let's
like
move
is
on,
that is
guys.
that's where bad writing comes in because I mean make the challenges believable. Don't make your character OP from the start and then nerf him and then remember his OP.
Looking at you, the Wachowskis.
Yeah, I just
Or
wanted
if you're
Okay,
to
here
gonna
we
say,
make
go.
him and if
I
you
just
make him
wanted to
OP
say,
if you make him OP at the start, make sure he gets handicapped somehow. He gets put in a spell or whatever, and he can't use his powers fully. Then it makes sense. But like make it make sense.
one of the things that really made Toriyama interesting as a writer in Dragon Ball is the moves that Velo we knew that the character could use were used already on the villain,
Yes.
right? And now the main character and his team members had to find a way to still defeat the villain after the main character's trump cards were gone.
And the
used.
best example of that trope was when he was fighting against Frieza and people were assuming that he hasn't been using his Kaioken.
Yes, I was thinking of that.
The moment it clicked that this guy has been using Kaioken this entire
time,
the whole audience, we all felt like, oh, this is bad. Oh, this is really bad.
Exactly.
No, I mean that and the Saiyan Saga when he was fighting against Vegeta, he's busting out all the
Yeah.
Kaioken and Vegeta is not going down. And then
I
it's
thought
like
that
Spirit
too.
Bomb. And then
Yeah.
the Spirit Bomb, like Goku can't find it because Vegeta is transforming into a great ape. It was stressful. But anyway, point being, next character, Shazam, or the original Captain Marvel before Marvel was like, that's mine now.
You know, I feel a great pity for this man called Shazam because initially when he was created, it was released on Wiz Comics. Well, not necessarily Wiz Comics was the name of the comic, the magazine, and there was this whole lawsuit thing because he was under Fawcett Comics, and then DC because he became so popular that he was outselling Superman. And DC had this lawsuit against Fawcett Comics. They won the case. Now they own the character, but then they're utilizing the character under DC.
Yes.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, but it does make sense because they'll always prioritize the top characters.
It feels like what they did with Milestone, where basically Milestone was kicking ass, and then they decided, no, I'm going to take that and I'm going to sink this ship. I mean, conspiracy theory. It's a conspiracy theory. I don't have any proof, but that's how I feel because after they went to,
it's not. It's how they work. Look,
but even with Wildstorm, right?
If you have if you have Jordans and they selling, and then someone comes with LeBrons and they selling more, you're gonna find a way to cut the competition because remember that's your signature.
And speaking of
nothing can knock off your signature. Now, if you were smart and you decided to add it onto your signatures, or if you decided like we'll own it and we'll make the money, but they weren't thinking the money, they were just thinking the prestige. Remember, it's also prestige that Superman and whoever their top character, they need to be the top sellers. They need to be in the top 5 and all that type of jazz. So that's also what the type of things that happen. So that's why some things are sabotaged, some things are not pushed as hard, etc., etc.
And to speaking of conspiracy theories, you're busy going on about these wonderful comics from back in the day. My conspiracy theory is that they look at Super Strikers now. You can't tell me it doesn't deliver it.
Ish, yeah,
it's that whole Instagram Mark Zuckerberg situation. You know what I mean? Like, take out the competition early.
Yeah.
And underutilize that competition.
But anyway, getting back to Shazam as a character, the stuff I've read is fine. Billy Batson is like fine. I don't. The movie was okay. I mean, Zachary Levi, if he didn't lose his mind, maybe he might have still been Shazam, but who knows?
Wait, what happened to Zach?
I don't know. He's been, he's doing that thing. I'm saying he's doing that thing where he's like lashing out at a lot of people. I mean, pro-Trump politics, you vote who you vote for.
But, politics. Okay, cool.
Yeah, but I'm saying, I'm saying that's not always enough. Like, vote who you vote for, whatever the case is, whatever. But I think the thing is like when you start yelling at the audience, that's when people are just like, ah, man, screw you. Like, you're not going to tell me what to watch and who to watch and how to watch it. And yeah, just because your like career is like spiraling out of control, I'm not responsible for that. Like, if you just took it on, if you just, if you just like accepted what happened and you moved on or whatever, you might be in a better place. But like, he was prissy about it, and it was just like, all right.
Yeah, well,
but getting back to the character himself, I'd say cool.
I'm so indifferent on this characterization. I really can't go into much detail.
He's not donkey. He's not sewage water. But
because look, in the few times I've seen him, his animated portrayal is awesome because there's one movie where he ends up fighting alongside Superman against Black Adam.
Yeah.
Which was for me brilliant.
That 30-minute movie or whatever you call it.
Which is overkill because they should have just waxed Black Adam between the two of them.
No, it's because at that point,
like Soups is forever weakened, dog. Like Soups is for like Soups got hit with the magic, and then it looked like kryptonite, dog.
I'm saying, you know what?
It looked like he got hit by kryptonite.
I'm saying, you know what should have happened? If you guys ever watch JJK, they're always like 2-on-1 mamata demons, and it's just like, yeah, you see how they beat up demons in there. Like there's one scene where the demon, he's just getting rocked from all sides. That's what should have happened with Black Adam, to be honest.
Well, it's to be honest, it starts with Billy at that point didn't even know the full extent of his powers. I think at that point he wasn't even sure that he could fly. So it was just like an introduction, and Superman was like,
"Oh, okay."
Guys,
and then still Superman I remember now.
And then Black Adam was trying
to. Superman still should have waxed Black Adam though.
And then it ends up with
the problem
Superman.
I think that's
the moral compass.
The problem. They've made Superman so strong that they have to nerf him all the time just to keep the. Otherwise, Superman.
I mean, look, there's an argument. I'm saying there's an argument because Black Adam is magic, but they've never like
and they've also never explained why is he weak to magic.
Yeah, I don't know.
Did I miss it?
No, they didn't. It's just basically Kryptonians for some reason can get infected by magic easier than a regular person until they decide it's not. I think that's like one of the things that that's one of the things I've always hated about comic books in general. Like the reason why I gravitate towards street heroes is because I know for a fact there's a certain point you can get to before people say no. Like you can only get so stupid. Like when Batman fell out of the sky in his regular suit and he fell to the earth and he was like, yeah, no, I just fell from space. Every Batman fan was like, no. Or they were just like, yeah, okay, fine. Say he's superhuman. Like they were all like, okay, sharp. Even the people who loved it, they couldn't defend it. How? Like, this isn't like the Omega Beam situation where you can explain weird energies. But
Kanye West was just behind him this entire time. How, Batman? How?
Or like when Spider-Man, for example, he'll get the powers of Captain Universe or something and he'll be able to unmake and remake reality or whatever. It's just like the next issue, he must go back to being Peter Parker. You can't So when we get to Superman and them, they're regularly punching reality. They're regularly flying from portal to portal. And you're just like, and Lex Luthor is your supervillain? I'm sorry. What? But anyway, Shazam, I'd say cool. Anybody?
Can't really disagree. I've loved his the few animations I've watched with him in it, but he's always been a side character.
He's underutilized for sure.
So I'd leave him.
He's an interesting concept, and they can do stuff with him. But yeah. But anywho, next.
And I'm yet to watch a single movie with him in it.
Next one, Silver Surfer. Silver Surfer. Fun fact: T'Challa knocked him out.
What's his name? Is it Marvel? What is his actual name? That's not Marvel. It's Laurel Ray or something like that.
Wait, who? Norin Rad. Are you talking about?
Rad. This.
Yeah.
Marvel is the Kree soldier.
Yeah.
Tensitis.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy, Silver Surfer, the person who was supposed to be Galactus' favorite ex-boyfriend.
So yeah, I was just saying, fun fact, T'Challa did knock him out once. It was funny.
T'Challa, yo.
And he also put him in an armbar.
Recast T'Challa.
All I'm just saying is that breakup must have been terrifying. The way Galactus is still wanting to have him back.
Yeah, no,
hey Silver man, Surfer, you never forget your first love.
Yeah, Silver Surfer, I've read some stuff. He's actually a pretty interesting character. He's beaten the Hulk, which was a big deal at the time because, Hulk was supposed to be strongest there is, and then, cosmic. Like, that's the thing with cosmic energy. It's like it scales up and down. That's the thing with power scaling with it always kills me when comic book fans be like, man, the power scaling in manga and anime is so random. And I'm just like, there'll be comic book fans.
Have you read the comics?
Like, there'll be comic book fans who talk shit about. Are you sure you're a comic book fan? Who talk shit about Dragon Ball Z? They'll be like, "Those power scaling is inconsistent." I'm like, you?
Have you watched any of this stuff?
You're wearing a Superman shirt right now.
No, Superman will struggle to lift a building, and then you'll be able to lift infinity. Huh?
Make it make sense. Somebody said it like Superman is as strong as the plot needs him to be.
Yeah. And I'm just like, that's cheating. That is cheating. It's not fair.
Who said it was fair? It sells money.
That's cheating. You can't do that. If Dragon Ball did that, everybody would complain. I mean, they're doing it now, which is why people are complaining, but still. Anyway.
Okay.
Silver Surfer. He was kind of
cool. Know him from the Fantastic Four movie, so not really.
Yeah.
I mean, I only know enough for him to be cool.
His portrayal was not bad in the Fantastic Four movie. He has been like that, although he doesn't have storytelling abs. So that was a weird addition to his powers. Doom is always trying to get his cosmic energy.
Yeah.
Doom is always trying to get his cosmic energy. Pause.
Yeah, I remember that was the one. There's the one panel where Doom went up to Galactus and tried to negotiate with him, and Galactus just zapped him away. Like, you're not even worth my attention.
Yeah. He's had some interesting comics. There is some comics where people are looking at him for revenge because he was the Herald of Galactus. He's had times where he gets amnesia and he forgot that he was the Herald, and then there's other times where he knows that he's the Herald and he tried to herald Galactus to like other worlds that were like on the precipice of dying so that he could stave off extinction of like a lot of planets and all of that stuff. So he tried to be like that. And then he's gone directly against Galactus and all of that stuff. Originally, he becomes Silver Surfer because it was a deal to save his planet from getting eaten from Galactus. So I don't know. I mean, he's skating badass for me because I have read some stuff. I don't know everything I need to know about.
Isn't
Silver
he like
Surfer.
one of the few characters that appear in Infinity Wars?
In Infinity War. No, are you talking about the Infinity Gauntlet and Thanos and the Infinity?
Yeah.
You can't remember now.
I know he does feature. He doesn't end up being in the final arc, but he does feature in some scenes, especially featuring with. It was him.
You might
or something.
Yeah, Adam Warlock.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think Adam Warlock does call Surfer to help him against Thanos.
Yeah. So it's one of those moments where I remember Silver Surfer being a character for God.
No, I mean he's a hero, but it's just like the thing is it's complicated because with Galactus, like as we've said before, he's a cosmic entity.
His relationship,
and I feel like where do we have Galactus? Because I feel like Silver Surfer is better than Galactus as a character, or he's got more going on.
No, Silver Surfer has got to be about Galactus. That much is true. I just wanted to say that Galactus, if you thought your relationship between Charles and Magneto is rough, you just see you must just look at Galactus and Silver Surfer. And you just realize
Silver Surfer don't want him. Like
exactly. It's one of those one-sided loves. So it's like, let me move on. No, baby. You're the only one. So
I'll put him on badass for now. I feel like because I can't move Galactus down to cool. I'm not comfortable with that, but I'm not comfortable with putting Silver Surfer on also. I don't know enough.
Yeah, I can live with that.
Spider-Man, Peter Parker.
Right there at the top. You see that top there?
Rabubi.
At the tippity top. Right there.
Like, we don't even need a discussion with this one, bro. He's swinging to the top.
Spider-Man, radioactive Spider-Man, Spider-Blood.
And that cartoon for me is the best, man. The animated series for me, that's the one.
Yes.
Also, it didn't like.
I ended up in a very big argument with my cousin because I showed him the Shira intro, and we just realized that's how terrible the animation was back then.
Yeah.
And to us, it was awesome.
It was peak, yes.
Meanwhile, ne? Toei Animation was doing Dragon Ball Z
at that time.
At that time, there was hyper fighting in the skies and Kamehameha and fusions and internet transmissions.
When you don't take your art seriously, when you don't support your artists, sorry, let me say it that way.
Yeah, no, Toei was sending out pizza every week when they were animating Dragon Ball Z.
Guys, it's
because
crazy.
You actually,
it's crazy.
You actually look into some of that stuff. I'm saying you actually look into some of that stuff, and the way they were animating it was insanity. That's why it's like when people complain about it, like, oh, I would repeat if I had to do that.
Okay, the line was breaking up a little.
Yeah, no, you're breaking up.
Yeah, okay. I thought it was just me.
Okay, can you guys hear me? I'm saying what I was saying is that we looked into how like some of the process of how they animated Dragon Ball Z, and I was like, people complain about repeating animation. I would be repeating like crazy.
Do you understand how much work that is?
Some of the, it's funny that there's a cartoon. What's this? An animation studio in the 1940s. That did Superman, the first Superman animated series. It's called Fletcher Studios. So Fletcher Studios animation was so advanced that animated studios that came after, to even like to this day, some of those animation studios cannot match up with or keep up with the animation that was done by those guys in the 1940s.
Because recipes are getting lost, man.
They did a lot of rotoscoping, and
yes,
they did repeat. They did repeat animation
they did
as well.
And also I think they were over budget at a point because it led them to bankruptcy and all of that. But
but those cartoons still hold up today. Like
they still hold up.
Also, they inspired a lot of the designs that come through today. If you look at JLA Superman and you look at that Superman, you see a lot of similarities.
The animated series as well. Yeah. So basically, the Timverse was inspired by Fletcher Studios.
Yeah. Okay. But anyway, Starfire.
Wow, we didn't even talk about Spider-Man. We just said top tier.
What can we say? What can we say?
No. I'm not saying we should say anything. I will say
this though. Marvel, stop disrespecting Peter Parker, please. We've had enough. It's stupid. Stop it. Also, there's a weird mandate. I can't believe it. Of all the mandates in editorial to ever exist, there's a mandate now that 616 Peter Parker and Mary Jane can be boyfriend and girlfriend, but they cannot get married ever, apparently now.
Why?
That's a thing now.
And it's just I guess the story is going to end if they do. I don't know.
No. Like, the thing is, Parker's fan base right now is not swinging teenagers trying to figure out life and smash every girl that they meet. We're all like in our 30s and approaching our 40s, but it's not even that. Even younger kids who have seen Spider-Man, like who see all the Spider-Man material, they're just like, yeah, shouldn't he have like kids now? Like, why are we doing this? And it's just like, you guys are just.
I need you to zoom up on me. Marvel Studios, in fact, Marvel, DC, and any other Gen Z content comic creators working on those studios right now. Kids, look at me. As controversial as I think as it is, everybody still craves a happy ending. No matter how hard you try, no matter how hard you try to deny it and say no, we need people with thought-provoking suspense ending. Nobody cares about the M. Night Shyamalan any stories from now on. We want closure. People still crave it. In a world of confusion and chaos, the closure you find in giving a story a happy ending is something that makes people come back to the story over and over again.
That's why Endgame was great. That's why girls like Disney princesses. That's why. Should I carry on? There's a reason.
Like subversion, I'm saying also subversion doesn't fit every genre. You go to Game of Thrones, you expect subversion all day long. Yeah, the mountain beat the hero and whatever the case
is. Until season 7 and 8.
Yeah, but anyway, my point. Oh wait,
what's season 7 and 8? We don't talk about that. What am I talking about? I'm
don't do that here. Anyway, I'm saying my point being is that like in Game of Thrones, for me, one of the things that took me out is the people I liked were always getting destroyed. But that's the point, right? That's what Martin decided to do. Okay, so you go in there, that's what you expect. I come to superheroes
in the first episode. I'm like, God, I don't need to see that.
No, I mean there's a lot of it. But anyway, I'm saying for me, the guys I liked were not making it all the time. And then they break their own rules and Jon Snow is back for some reason. But okay. Anyway. What I'm saying is when we come to superheroes, I get it. Like they're supposed to go through things and things are supposed to be tough, but there's supposed to be an other side. Yeah. Like that's the point. Like you struggle, like the superheroes are supposed to go through something and get to the other side. Mm-hmm. When you keep putting things in front of them and creating conflict for no reason whatsoever, nobody's interested in reading it. Like right now, there's Ultimate Spider-Man. He's married with like 2 kids, and he's married to Mary Jane, and it's outselling the main book. It's making more money. So it's just like what the audience wants. Like oh my God, it's like T'Challa and Storm. They know we want them, but for some reason, something always has to jiggy come out to the side, and it's just like, do you want money? What are you trying to do? Like,
I don't know.
This is not longevity.
I don't know why you're still holding on to your felt heartbreak when you were teenagers. That girl broke your heart at school, went out to the other prom, and now you're thinking nobody deserves it. Nobody gets happy in life. It does. Trust me, you will find your one true love. It will happen. You just need to don't let go of hope. Now you've let go of your own hope and making it everyone else's problem.
Girls have been breaking my heart since I was 16. There's no excuse. I don't know why.
now you're making it our problem. And look, the guys who love the subversion trope and all these things, in my mind, and yes, it's going to sound controversial, but you guys are no worse than those alpha male podcasters who try to define what a female is or what a male is. Yeah,
I was about to say, it's very funny.
Yeah, no.
Because they're always looking at worst case scenarios. Yeah. But what if she leaves you? But what if she stays? But what if she cheats on you? I'm saying, what if she doesn't?
And even if said things happen, why are you letting that determine who you are? Like, bro, come on.
Own up to the fact that you're a coward.
Yeah. Anyway.
Exactly.
Okay, sorry. Starfire. Let me let go of my burning hatred.
I love Starfire. It's so awesome.
Okay. Starfire. Okay. Is the only goodness. Look, in the Teen Titans that everybody cares about.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about Teen Titans Go. The Teen Titans that everyone cares about. She's one of my favorite characters.
I mean, she is naive, but it makes sense because she is from another planet.
She's her naivety does not equal weakness. Her innocence and her belief in good. And that's why.
Please don't misunderstand. I'm not saying.
Yeah, no. I was just trying to add to that because I love the fact that they made the character naive, but it does not mean that she does not see good and she does not discern between good and evil. And that's what I liked about her, that she's always striving to make good. She may F up in stumbling up towards to do what is good, but she's always there. The goodness is not subverted by her innocence. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like when she had to take down her sister.
Yeah.
It was a tough decision, but she had to make it nonetheless.
And when she realized... when she learned about racism from
Cyborg.
Cyborg. Beautiful episode, because that's where you see somebody who suffered from discrimination can teach somebody to become more sensitive about things, about people who suffered from discrimination from many many people who want to become our allies in all walks of life. So I'm talking about from the trans fight, fight against homophobia, equality.
Okay, calm down. You're mixing up your words now.
Yeah, all this. I'm just trying to say that we'd have more people siding with us if we had a little more empathy to teaching the innocent people how this thing affects us more than just gatekeeping. If Cyborg decided to gatekeep and say, no, you will never get it, we would not have that powerful episode that we had. You understand? You see what I'm trying to get at? Like, teach with empathy. That's what I'm just saying.
Yeah. I mean, her comic book counterpart is also, I mean, that's where they drew a lot of inspiration for that. She is very literal. I know most of her through when she was with the Teen Titans in the comic books and all of that stuff. I will be honest, I haven't kept up with her since or whatever. Like the last time I saw her in a comic book, she was hanging out with Jason Todd and whatever, because like the thing is, Starfire in the comic books, she kind of about that life. She's not bad family, bro. Like like if you too big of a problem, I know her to be like, yeah, no, we tried this talking thing, but on Tamaran we don't on Tamaran we don't play
didn't work.
So I put him to sleep forever.
Yeah, so that's kind of how I know her.
She's got that she's got that Zachary energy.
She's got that Wonder Woman energy.
She's got that Kenpachi energy.
Yes.
If talking doesn't work, violence will work.
Yeah, so I mean, Starfire fans, you will correct me because again, I'm gonna be honest, I haven't delved in much in the comic books, but the stuff I read was pretty cool, and I can see how they managed to create the character that they did for the 2003 Titans, because that's a pretty solid adaptation in my estimation. So going off of all of that, I would say we got to put her right next to Mr. Grayson over there, I think.
Yes, they deserve to be together.
I kind of like him better with Oracle personally. Whenever they decide to write it, right?
Yes.
Because that's another relationship that they'll break up for no reason, and it's just like, good God, what is with you writers?
I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to picture a Bat Family Sunday dinner, because we've got Damien with Raven,
which also doesn't make any freaking sense. Why?
And then
don't remind me about that. And I love Damon, so that just tells you how much.
Yo, Batman's grandkids.
Yo, bro, can you get his eldest is gonna be half Tamaranian, so he's gonna be a superpowered gymnast. His bio kid is gonna have some superpower. He's gonna be a superpowered assassin. So, oh Jesus!
With the spawn of Satan of a grandfather trying to manipulate
with Satan,
him.
Yeah, with Granddaddy Satan.
Hey, Christmas is gonna be weird. That's all I know.
But, I'm trying to picture any family gathering from the Raven side of the family. Oh, he wants to meet his grandchild. What? What is his name? Is
Trigon.
Trigon wants to meet.
Yeah, can you imagine Alfred being like, Master Trigon, should I get you some sandwiches?
I want human souls.
I'm afraid we do not have that on the menu, sir.
Let me see my grandbaby.
Let me possess him.
Okay, stop. Let's
okay. Star-Lord.
I mean,
okay, comic book version of him, badass. MCU version of him, cool.
But I will never forgive him for his. Look, I know that he's needed to move the plot forward, but I'll never forgive him.
No, that was such a stupid scene. Also, it was just like Star-Lord in the comic books would never have done that.
Yeah, so
never have done what?
No, where he basically helped Thanos escape when they were trying to pull the gauntlet off of him because of what happened with Gamora. And it's just like, why didn't you just shoot him?
Spider-Man, you've got one arm free. You could have just
No, but I'm saying Star-Lord himself. Why didn't he just try to put holes in Thanos?
You know?
We don't have answers for you, my brother.
Would have been more fun.
Like I said,
because when he found out that his dad put a cancer brain inside of his mom or whatever, what's the first thing that he did?
He deleted him.
No, I'm saying even before we can say he deleted him, the first thing Star-Lord did was pew 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 pew.
Yeah, now,
like Kendrick would say, "Tu tu tu tu."
Now we've got this. I'm sorry. Look. Like I said, the story would have been shorter, but
I wanna argue for at least Badass because I feel like in the comic books he's not Captain America, but he's got Captain America isms.
Yeah, true.
Okay.
So Captain America, no, not Boy Scout, but he's like effective in organizing people.
Yeah.
When there's a time and place to organize people, he's like very effective in doing that, but he doesn't have the empathy that Captain America has. Captain America
he's definitely not that in the MCU. To be honest with you guys, I never actually understood why he's the leader in the movies. I thought for me it's more Rocket Raccoon than him.
Yeah.
But
no, I mean Rocket Raccoon does the audience from time, and also in the comic books, sometimes he is the group therapist where he is bringing everybody together and everything. But in the comic books, it's way more balanced between him and Peter Quill. Also, they're like really good friends. So like whenever Peter Quill does need to reassemble the team, Rocket is usually the first one to sign up.
Oh, so it's Cap and Tony all over again.
I want to
not Cap and Tony. I would rather say Cap and Sam when Sam are working together and all of that stuff. They're not on opposing sides because Tony and Steve butt heads a lot, even though they are friends. But like these guys complement each other, and when one needs to pick up the slack, the other one is there, and all of that's from what I read. That's what I'm seeing.
I get you. I just wanted to add there's one of the most flattering portrayals of the Guardians of the Galaxy was their cameo appearance in once again Earth's Mightiest Heroes. No, it doesn't count. It doesn't count.
That one I knew what he was gonna say anyway, so it doesn't count.
It doesn't count. But it's one of the most flattering signs. There we see Star-Lord as a competent leader somehow. Yeah, we also see Adam Warlock fighting against T'Challa, and guess who won that fight?
Okay, so T'Challa wins every fight. What's going on?
No, T'Challa realized that Adam Warlock was reading his mind, and then we're like, "You are in my mind," and then I don't know, like, oh, yeah.
And then he went all Chinese movie. Empty your mind. Be free and flow like water.
Be formless.
Be formless like water.
No, the thing is, T'Challa's got L's. Like I'm not even gonna pretend. He's got plenty. He's got quite a few. He took a L against Craven. He took a L against Killmonger, obviously. What's another one that he? I mean,
no, guys. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and say that I'm suddenly very much in Team Killmonger because of something that happened recently.
Oh, good.
What happened recently?
let's not go into that. Anyway, Star-Lord, I want to say badass.
We'll save it for the other channel.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense.
I'll take your word for it, Buck. I don't know. I'll take
if you ever get a chance, read some of those comic books, especially like volume 4. I think it's volume 3 or volume 4 of Guardians of the Galaxy in 2008. There's so much good stuff in there.
No, I agree.
Okay.
Storm, Aurora. Okay.
You know what it is.
No, that's S tier. Let's not even.
Once again,
I think we spoke about this last week. Actually,
let's not waste time.
Don't waste time. We don't have all.
I always feel like she's nerfed. I think she's actually nerfed. If I'm being honest, she's absolutely nerfed.
She's a literal goddess.
If Storm was in a shonen manga, and she was like a villain in an arc, she would be very tough to defeat.
Yeah, no, I mean she's actually got a new ongoing right now. They're on issue 2. and they're introducing some stuff because now she has magic and everything, along with her mutant abilities and all of that stuff. So like it basically contributes to the way that she manipulates like electricity and everything alongside with magic and all of that good stuff. Competent hand-to-hand combatant or whatever. So even if you take away her powers, she can still roundhouse kick you with the best of them.
And she's
In
not
a
a dummy.
costume.
You know what I mean? It's not like
She gave Thor a reason to pause more than one time.
Oh no.
And that's Thor we're talking about.
Yeah, no, it's one of my favorite characters. I read X-Men for her. So whenever I'm seeing that she's not getting a lot of play, I'm like, I don't really care about this arc. uh, Wolverine, I get enough. Like Wolverine, I don't enjoy him in the X-Men. I really don't like him in the X-Men. I really prefer him on his own because he's way better to me on his own there than when he's in the X-Men. Because in the X-Men, he's the worst version of himself ever. I mean, like showing up on Scott's bed when Scott's in the middle of something just to be like, "Hey, Scott, what are you doing?" Bro, who are you? What? Anyway, Storm, like, yeah, her arcs in the X-Men are some of the best. I did not like that they depowered her for her leadership arc because she was depowered for a lot of it. I did not enjoy that.
Okay.
But I mean, she was still Storm, so it was still cool. And it's just I wish she had her powers or whatever. And also the Morlock stuff where she was fighting barefoot in the sewer and establishing dominance over the Morlocks was a lot of fun. Of course, there's the marriage with T'Challa where she was awesome in that as well, and all of that stuff. I mean, it was getting to the point where she had to go deal with something with the X-Men, and one of the military commanders was like, "Is Aurora around? She can help us sort this out very quickly." And T'Challa was like, hey, "Are you growing that? Are you growing that dependent on my wife's abilities? You're a commander. Sort yourself out."
There's a line I wanted to mention, like Doom was the very few times where Doom generally compliments a character, and there's a line where Doom says, "The true Doom would never disrespect a goddess."
Bullshit. Because Doom War exists, and he was the most disrespectful to Storm I had ever seen.
I know, but still, I'm just saying.
No, like people were trying to ship Storm and Doom at some point, and I'm like, oh yeah, this. I was like, oh, this guy, the one who's dragging her by her hair and making her choose which family members live and survive. Yeah, that guy. Yeah. What is with you guys and enemies to lovers? Like that's not. It doesn't work if like they're killing your family and like destroying your home.
Blame teenage angst and Twilight.
It's all Twilight and Vampire
Diaries. Oh yeah, Twilight.
Okay. Not.
Wait, did you say Twilight or did you say Twilight, bro? What did you say?
Okay, for the audience, I always refer to the Twilight movies as Twilight.
I don't like Twilight, ne? I really don't like Twilight.
Yes.
But just to give Twilight some credit. Ne?
Wow. Are you guys calling it Twilight?
Yes. Hey, bro, that series is
I've always been calling it Twilight. When
guys, I tried reading the books once. I got to like 10 pages. I was like, who wrote this? This can't be professional.
Any story that tells me it's okay for a grown man to imprint on a baby because he's a wolf man doesn't. No.
Louder for the ones at the back, Buckmeister.
Just no.
It's already creepy.
I don't care if it's part of a magical ritual. He'll be her protector. No, they have a wedding. Why? You. Jesus. Like if I was Edward Cullen, it would be my mission to kill Jacob. Get away from you, PDF.
Wow.
What in the frick is happening with
Edward doesn't want to talk. How old is he?
117.
And how old was Bella?
16.
And how old was she when she got pregnant with Rafflecopter?
I think she's 17 or something. 18.
That's my case.
Well, look, to defend Toilet, and I really don't want to defend Toilet.
Wow,
but guys. to defend
Toilet,
yeah, to defend Toilet.
Yes.
Okay, to defend Toilet for 2 seconds. To defend Toilet for 2 seconds, ne? Edward got turned when he was 17. So the thing is, as a vampire, especially in that lore, when you get turned as a baby, you stay as a baby. When you get turned when you're a child, you stay as a child. So he's still 17, technically. He's just stuck on 17. That's supposed to be the logic there. With Jacob, he's a dude that grows. So already it's just weird that he's attracted to a baby. But anywho, getting back to what our actual topic of discussion here.
Before Extrodin starts wondering why he's still talking about the toilet.
Yeah. Let's just flush it and move on.
Oh God, I love this group.
Yeah, anyway, I'm just saying that whole enemies to lovers trope, they don't really play it out in Toilet, so I'll give them that. But they try to, and it's like, ew.
Who's next? Oh no.
Oh, your boy, Superman.
Oh no. You already know where I'm gonna ask you to guys put it. I know you hate him, but he needs to be up there.
Oh wait, they don't want to put him in. Dude,
I have so many problems with Superman.
I have problems with Superman as well, but he's still awesome.
Not awesome, he's S tier.
No. Okay, yes, S tier. But I just mean
okay. Can you guys just explain to me, ne? Can you guys just explain to me why won't this guy use all of his powers when he's in a fight?
Why?
Because he'll kill the person and he's trying not to.
He doesn't have to. He can use them in combination to stop the person without killing them.
He's like a Pokemon. He's got 4 movesets.
But remember, also he probably hasn't really used his full power ever, so he doesn't know how far.
He doesn't have to use his full power. Okay, and then there's times where he can use his full power and he's still not using all of his abilities.
But guys, it's plot. Remember, Superman has to be all these plot things that tie him down and just waste time. Like literally, Superman could, in a regular episode, he could stop like 500,000 crimes in one day. But they won't do that because he has to do whatever stuff and
there's literally an episode where you are sitting next to a guy who was trying to jump off a building. And the guy was like, my bro, why can't you go and save? Why aren't you going out and saving other people? And his response is, because I know you're gonna try doing this again tomorrow. You're gonna try and do this again tomorrow. I need you to learn. I need you to keep on living.
Yeah, I get that, but like the thing is that they don't know when to stop with Superman. Like,
they don't.
Is
it the writer's fault or is it the character's fault? That's the question.
No, it's the writer's
but I'm
fault.
saying we can say it's the writer's fault, man. But I'm saying from jump, DC has just never put a cap on Superman ever.
True.
They've never decided that this is where.
Let's not say from jump, because when
I'm gonna say
Joel
from
Schumacher
jump.
when Joel Schumacher and who's the other guy? Not Joel Schumacher. Sorry. When the guys created, I forgot their names all of a sudden. Because we're talking about
not. Why did I want to say Schuster? Is it Siegel?
Yeah, you're right. It's Schuster and Siegel. Joel Schuster and Siegel, right?
Somewhere there. Yeah.
Jerry Siegel. When they created, Superman couldn't even fly, dog. Right? He was just jumping off
when
buildings.
He was just jumping over buildings and one. Okay.
Yes.
When they did that.
So when DC bought the character, then that's when things started.
They didn't create it. They didn't create it under the DC. Was he not always a DC property? I feel like he was always a DC property.
So they were working for, I think at the time it was not even DC, but that's a story for another day. But yeah, it's the same company. Yes, you're right. But when what I'm trying to say is, they bought the character from the guys, because the guys were just they pitched the story to DC, and then they did like an issue or a few issues. Then DC decided to buy the character from them.
Okay, no, that's cool.
Yeah, so that's when they didn't have autonomy to do whatever they wanted with the story anymore, because the character belonged to DC. So when one of them, I don't remember who it was. I think it was the writer or the artist. It's probably Jerry. He went to war. When he came back, he realized that they didn't buy Superboy, if I remember correctly. So he could use Superboy as much as he wanted. So there was a whole thing. I mean, those guys died broke, guys. Like it was bad. It was really, really bad. One of them was like a janitor. The other, I don't remember. But
what?
They only got
They
compensated like in their
they
50s,
they got
60s.
they got Bob caned, but
Yeah.
They
No,
got
not
Don
Bob Kane.
King.
Bill fingered, basically.
wait, is it? Oh no, I'm saying Bob Kane, like how Bob Kane stole from Bill Finger is
Yeah.
basically what they did to these guys. Whoa,
That's
wow,
basically what
common
happened.
practice. But anyway, getting back to this. Okay, fine. I'm just saying when they reinvented the character, like one of the things for me is that it's hard for me to get into a Superman story and believe that he's in trouble. Or believe that any of the people that he's trying to protect are in trouble. Because the other thing they say is that he doesn't need to eat, he doesn't need to sleep. He just does it because he likes to feel human. And for me, that bothers me because when Batman got his powers, there was virtually there was virtually no crime in the world because Batman just didn't stop. He didn't sleep, he didn't rest, he just continuously fought crime. So I was just like, if you want me to believe this guy, like do something like how you do with the Flash. The Flash, as fast as he can move and all the things he can do, he gets tired. He gets hungry. If Superman is supposed to be a battery, say he needs to recharge something.
But he does recharge. He needs to recharge. That's why he always in the sun.
No, but I was like, that's a new thing that they introduced. I'm like, there's no it's capacity 100%, and then it must drain, and then he must recharge again. Because the other thing is, I saw him fighting against this guy called Magog, and is it Magog?
Yeah, I see the guy you're talking about, the yellow dude, the yellow faced dude.
Yeah, it's not Magog. What's his name?
I think it is Magog, is it not? No, it's not it starts with an M.
Magog is.
Hey,
Is it Magog?
No, it's not Magog.
No, it's not Magog.
It's
Kick Thunder.
Just write Superman Rogues. But I see the guy you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like he's a formidable opponent for sure for Superman.
Jeez, what was his name?
Starts with an M, Mongol or something.
Mongol.
Yeah, Mongol.
Yes, Mongol. There we go. This guy. Yeah. Anyway, there's a time when he's fighting Mongol, and I'm reading the comic, and basically Mongol is hitting Superman as hard as he can, and Superman's saying that I'm employing the rope-a-dope ability, and the reason why you're getting tired is because you keep throwing these punches, but as long as I stay close to the sun, I will never get tired and I will never feel your punches or whatever.
You are kidding. Yeah,
I'm serious. I own this comic book. Or I owned it a while ago. And basically, Mongol is just hoeing with his heart out, and Superman is just like, I'm gonna just take it or whatever until you get tired.
He also lost to Muhammad Ali, I guess. I mean,
but that's when he was depowered. Fine. He was depowered by the sun. But I'm saying my point is that like that's not a rope-a-dope, because when Ali had to rope-a-dope, he had to really take those punches.
Yeah, he was taking the punches.
Yeah. When are you rope-a-doping but you're close to the sun? So exactly. It doesn't mean anything. Like his character is fine. I don't have a problem with Boy Scouts because Parker is technically a Boy Scout. Captain America, big Boy Scout. I don't have a problem with that. But my issue has always been with Superman and his powers. He can finish any story that he wants when they remember how powerful he is, and they just don't ever try to fix that. Like now he punched through reality again, and like Lex Luthor put him in a portal, and instead of going through the portal,
where he sends everybody into prison. Another movie comic.
Oh, it's I think it's. I see which one you're talking. Is it Red Sun?
Superman No. It's the where all the heroes go crazy, and he decides to come back from retirement and it starts locking them up in prison.
Oh, Kingdom Come.
Yeah, there it is.
Okay, I don't know that one.
And then, also in Kingdom Come, he becomes immune to kryptonite because of course.
And Lex Luthor is like trying to find a way to kill him, and turns that he might fight Shazam.
Yeah, didn't he brainwash Shazam or something?
Yep.
Yeah, he brainwashed Shazam, and then
Batman uses his actual superpower, capitalism.
What did you say? Nepotism?
Yeah,
Capitalism.
capitalism. Also, he does some cool stuff in that, and the suit is weird. I mean, it looks beautiful because it's drawn by Alex Ross, but like, yeah, the suit still looks weird to me. But anyway, my point being,
there's the one picture where he's covered, where he's in a field of ash after the world government nuked that city of his. Beautiful picture. I just wanted to say.
And it's just like, but if you're Superman and you can sense a nuke, I don't know why you can't just, intercept the nuke and like.
He was busy fighting everyone, and then it took Shazam to try and take the nuke on his face.
Yeah. Well, but I'm just saying that the thing is, like, when with Superman, like, the thing is, the way the power scaling is so inconsistent. Sometimes he's as fast or he's faster than the Flash, and he can move everything in slow motion. And then other times he can, Anyway, I'm saying just it's a big thing for me where it's like, I can't believe you're in danger. Like, the story is trying to tell me that Lois is in danger or that Jimmy is in danger. And then it would say, oh, yeah, Superman can hear in space. And I'm like, where there's no air, he can still hear people?
Well, please, what about that episode where that girl believed in him? In the other side of the universe.
I think this is why Smallville was such a hit, because he was still learning some of his powers. So,
I mean, there's Superman and Lois where they have nerfed him a bit with his abilities and everything. And I kind of like that, because I'm like, when you're Superman, but like, your will has to be super. It's not like it's just your abilities that are super. But a lot of the time when I'm reading a Superman story, it's just, I find it hard to believe you're in danger, dude. I can't.
But isn't it the same thing don't you think they're going the same direction with Super right now?
Oh, Dragon Ball Super.
Because where's the urgency?
I mean, there's no urgency, but I'll give Dragon Ball Super this, and I hate to give it this. There's always going to be somebody stronger than Goku.
That's true, but then
with Superman, I feel like because for example, they did something where he was supposed to go up against Dr. Manhattan, and I'm like, Dr. Manhattan should be able to atomize him. But then people are just like, his Kryptonian physiology would not allow for that to happen, along with the super sun radiation.
That's one of the biggest issues with Superman's writing as a whole. Everybody has to, but he's the ultimate storyline of the kid that has to say, my dad is cooler than your dad, because in the last second, you are going to create something out of my ass to make sure that Superman wins. We know that. But the characterization and the fact that the Superman what's his name? The Superman branding revolutionized comic creation worldwide. We can't deny its impact.
No, I'm not denying its impact. I'm just saying when people
people will swing on the brainless supporters will try and find excuses for why he's portrayed in a certain manner, which doesn't make sense.
It's just bad writing, guys.
Also, like I'm saying, like Death Battle, when they came out with their stuff, right, and they were saying Goku versus Superman and all of that stuff, and they were saying Superman can do all of these things. It's like, I'm just looking at the stories and I'm just like, so why you struggle here? It's Black can be as smart as he can be, but I was looking at what Deathstar was saying about this, about how he can move a million times faster than the speed of light, that he can break barriers and hear things. And I'm just like, whenever you're fighting Lex Luthor, like if I'm Superman and I'm at home, I would just be like, what's Lex Luthor doing right now? X-ray vision, super hearing.
There's a panel
okay, he's planning to do something.
There's a panel showing him with the Green Lanterns moving Earth out of the way of something. Look, Superman will always fall into the avenue of immersion breaking ridiculousness, especially if you read the comics. I'm sorry to admit, but that much is true.
He's got great comics. I'm not going to say that he doesn't have great storylines. It's just that for me, one, they're far and few in between. And two, it's just like, I can't, like, unless it's like Darkseid, I can't really lock into the fact that you're in danger.
It's Darkseid, it's General Zod, sometimes. And then there was Doomsday, that one time.
And they keep trying to repeat it, then it doesn't matter.
Time. I'll never forget this part. Everyone's like, oh my God, Doomsday. Like, Doomsday has only killed this person that one time.
And he still lost. Like, it was double KO. It was like double KO. It's not like Superman just went down. But that's the other thing I also don't like about Superman. It's like people always talk about destruction in the city. I was like, why are you boxing Doomsday in the middle of Metropolis?
Bro, and you throwing him down.
The only time where Superman showed that he had a brain was only for Darkseid in the comics. You remember that whole scene, Superman with Supergirl, and that whole storyline in the movie I love talking about, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In the comic, Batman Omega beams. Darkseid Omega beams Superman. Kara Zor-El booms into the way. She gets vaporized. Oh no! Oh, that's what you're supposed to think. And then in the comics, Superman snaps, punches him into space, keeps beating him up until they reach the end of the universe and throw him into this big ass alternate lock thing with a whole lot of walls with faces. Yeah, that one. The source wall. That makes sense because those are two godlike beings.
Imagine
anyway, look, I'll put him in S tier because, like you said, you can't not. But it's just Superman fans just start to invest in, and I think that's part of the reason why.
He's just boring.
Yeah, he's boring.
No. Boring is not the word. He's overpowered. He's just because look, his world I can buy into. Like Perry and Lois Lane, I really don't mind that stuff. Like the human interactions are great. But it's just like it's hard for me to lock into his humanity when I'm just like, if you don't need to eat or sleep, why are you not saving people right now? It's like, no, I need to take a break. No, you don't. Like Batman gets bullet holes and gets put down and his spine broken. He has to take a rest. Like Batman, he gets broken to the point where Alfred is like, sit down before I beat your ass myself. But Superman, he never, like, unless kryptonite is involved or whatever. And then people also say sometimes it's forced, but then it's inconsistent. I'm just saying, for me, it's just hard to lock into when he has to deal with a problem. His world and his stuff around him and the Park Kent stuff, that stuff I don't mind. It's just his powers always bothered me.
And that's the thing. You're right about that analogy. My biggest argument is get better writers for such a character.
Agreed.
And somebody quite
he can actually be a very, very interesting character.
No, and also just written right. Just put a cap on the powers. Just say, okay, he can lift the planet and stop there. And then you can bring somebody who's stronger, who can lift the planet better than he can, and then you can introduce some sort of conflict. But just hard cap on how strong he can be.
Characters like Brainiac, even if he's OP, characters like Brainiac are great villains for someone like him. Because it's like, it's intellect versus raw strength.
You can't punch yourself out of. It's a problem you can't solve. It's also another morality-based problem. Save one people, kill a million. Which one do you care about? Those are the types of writing that comes into play.
But then but I'm saying when Superman can move as fast as the Flash and also think at attoseconds and sometimes, then I'm just like, but can't he think faster than Brainiac and just disassemble everything?
Brainiac was made to think faster than. But I guess
he can't process information faster than the Flash because the Flash is thinking at attoseconds.
That's why I wanted to get to the problem with the writing. In fact, even with characters like the Flash, because the Flash should have solved all the world's problem at that point.
Yeah,
whether they get tired, whether they get tired or not. The thing with DC, the DC universe, my biggest problem is that they're all gods pretending to be human, and I'm talking about every single one of those.
No, not Batman.
No, not all of them.
Even Batman. Let me tell you something.
Arrow is not a god.
Let me put it in this context. The amount of godlike things these characters have gotten away with, just because, quote unquote, they're Batman. You just told me that man just jumped off a spaceship and landed on Earth, and he survived because he.
No, but what I'm saying though is that with Tebello, what I'm saying is like Superman will punch reality. Or like Superboy, or people will say Superman is capable of that, and people will be like, yeah, that's fine. And then I just feel like, but how does that work? And they're like, yeah, it just works because he's Superman. And then when Batman falls, and then I'm saying when Batman falls from space, everybody is like, oh, what?
No, but my problem is exactly that. You're expecting everybody to be God tier in the DC universe.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
The thing that makes people get away in Marvel is that these are humans trying to aspire to be better than what their circumstances are at the most. At the end of the day, Spider-Man still has a mortgage to pay, rent due, he needs to take photos, people need to get saved at the end of the day. At the same time, no matter how crazy and quirky the Fantastic Four are, they're still a family trying to sort out all the family issues with an annoying uncle who lives in Latveria trying to ruin the birthday parties every single year. It's that thing that makes Marvel get to become a little more relatable than DC. But that's the biggest issue I have with DC as a whole. That's why I've always been Team Marvel over Team DC. And yes, you can come after me. My argument for Superman in particular in this context is that if you wrote him correctly, he's the perfect critic to the super powerful in this day and age, because we live under the illusion that absolute power corrupts absolutely. And now we have a being that has the absolute power. And what does he do with it? He saves lives. What the hell is he doing? By that notion, Superman was supposed to be a fascist to conquer the Earth long time ago. Why is he still saving lives? That's what's making this character interesting. That's the critique that this character represents to us and everybody who's reading it, and that's what they should be focusing on when they write this character, not that the fact that he can suddenly create a Susanoo. What the hell?
Guys, FYI, I'm at Arkham, so
okay.
Yeah.
What?
Well, I mean, look, we were gonna have to talk about Superman, but
welcome back to regular scheduled programming.
One day we'll have a Superman discussion. Yeah, we'll need to have
we'll just dedicate a whole episode to it, but I guess we'll just do proper research or whatever before we get deep into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanatos, the great god of eternal slumber, the brother of Morpheus. Oh, sorry, I'm talking about the Greek god. And this guy is just a lovesick idiot.
Dude, when I found out this dude was just doing it because a baddie didn't want him, I was like, bro, come on.
I mean, there is stuff to him. I mean, there is the whole. Of course, they did the retcon in the MCU because, of course. I mean, in the comics for the MCU because, of course. But I mean, before that, there was like stuff like how he's part of the Eternals. His mom wanted to kill him because he was ugly. He kind of grew up in harsh conditions where he had to murder a lot of stuff. And Death technically did groom him, because basically Death was rearing up for a big event. There's a backstory that they did, like a little short comic thing where it basically shows Thanos growing up, and basically Death visited him as a child and pushed him in the direction that he needed to push him in, because apparently she needed soldiers or whatever. They tried to legitimize basically why he fell in love with the entity known as Death or whatever. They tried to say that it's because basically it was the only thing around that believed in him at the time, because he got discriminated against in Eternal Society for looking purple and having a butt chin. And then
I mean,
it just sounds like Tom Taylor was involved. Do you guys know that Tom Taylor is doing something with Batman now, where Thomas Wayne actually helped Joe Chill? Like Thomas Wayne was a doctor, and Joe Chill got shot, and then he saved Joe Chill, even though he was an evil guy. And somehow they're trying to retcon it to why. I'm telling you, this is happening right now. Like,
it doesn't make it more interesting.
No, this is like when they tried to say, oh, did you know that Thomas Wayne was cheating on Martha, or Martha was cheating on Thomas? Why do I need to know that?
Why?
It doesn't matter. Like,
why did you say that name? Buckmeister, why did you say that name?
It's his mother's name. My point being is that they did try to legitimize his relationship with Death. So for me, that bumps him up from cool to badass.
Okay.
For me personally, I think that whole entire Infinity Saga alone puts him way up there. It's kind of like I think we spoke about Bane. that even though it was one event, but or Doomsday was one event, but the long-lasting effect of that decision or that moment can never be relegated to like trash or hot garbage or whatever we said down there.
I was about to say the MCU, as much as we play hate it, they really give him so many badass one-liners and so many quotable moments.
He's the main character
of
Infinity War.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, like, even in Endgame, like, you could not stand the weight of your failure. Where is it led you? Where did it lead you? Back to me. Like,
that's badass.
Like, look, people compare him to say he's the greatest villain of the cinematic history. Yeah, lies. Darth Vader's right there in the corner, but still.
Nah, he
so
was dope.
Where do we want to put him?
I'm for badass.
Yeah, badass is fine.
All right, badass it is.
Badass. What's about badass?
Awesome.
Okay. I want to put him in awesome.
Make your argument.
Because not only like MCU aside, there are comic representations where he is just the most pettiest bitch I've ever seen in my life, and it cracks me up all the time. The time where he keeps tormenting this poor kid's birthday every single year.
Yeah, I heard about that actually. I heard about
Wait, that sounds like one of those.
stuff.
That sounds like one of those Spider-Man and his Amazing Friends comic or whatever. Where basically they were fighting over the cube, and somehow Spider-Man managed to take on Thanos, like technically one-on-one. It is so weird.
Then there's the when he found out that Death has a feeling with Deadpool.
Oh, and then he cursed Deadpool with immortality.
Just to make sure. Like that's a level of pettiness that I would aspire to be like, you are not getting my bitch before me. You can be the side dish, but you'll never be the main course.
He basically like part of the reason why Deadpool could not die was because Thanos was like, no ways.
That thing? You left me for that?
Okay, do we say badass or do we say awesome?
What
I think we're gonna leave him. Gonna leave him on badass.
I don't mind losing. It's okay.
All right, we'll leave him on badass. All right, The Thing. It's clobbering time.
Yeah. Okay. He's simultaneously one of my least favorite and also most favorite characters.
I think he's awesome, man. No, sorry, badass. I think.
Yeah. I think he's awesome. He's my favorite. I think he's Ibile. He's my favorite member. No, I actually think he's S tier. I think he's my favorite member of the Fantastic Four.
S tier.
The baby blue-eyed thing, man. No, he's got so many, like, dude. I used to walk around saying it's clobbering time, just like I don't like randomly. It's one of the greatest like comic book. It's like up there for me with like To Me My X-Men or whatever or Avengers Assemble. It's like whenever you hear him say it's clobbering time, you know things are going down.
I'd like to agree with you, but I think what knocks me down is that, like I said, I want closure.
Yeah, I get you.
And
but that's not on him though. Isn't that on Reed?
That's my.
Well, I mean, no, but the thing is, like, the thing. Yeah. What's this? Yeah, the thing is that he does have like a very happy ending. Like he's got children now, adoptive or otherwise. He's still married to Alicia Masters. They have like a great relationship, and like he's one of the most stable relationships.
Does he manage to hit that?
Yeah. Many
so
times.
What?
Okay.
Two questions.
They figured it out, Chief.
Two questions. Is it a rock? And does he nut stones? That's all I need to know.
That's the question.
Okay, all we know is that she's stuck between a rock and a hard place. That's all.
Oh God,
she's just stuck between a rock and a hard place.
I'm just saying, Alicia likes some rocky road. That's all I know. But
she can take a hard pounding.
Yeah. They say that his physiology is that he's rocks on the inside, but technically it's just like a layer. So if you do actually cut into him, if you do actually, yeah.
I remember there
like,
was a comic. There was a comic where someone was punching him, and then the rock was actually falling off, and
yeah,
you could see like what's underneath or something like that. Actually, a South African artist drew that issue, if I remember
yeah.
correctly.
Yep,
So
yep.
Buckmeister is right. Yeah.
Yeah, so technically it's like a layer of rock. So he should be like human underneath. I don't know how his nether regions work, but Alicia Masters hasn't divorced him yet, and they're apparently in a very loving marriage. So
Yeah.
and also like he's one of the best like commentaries on how you can be ugly on the outside but like a very beautiful person on the inside. Like he's one of the people that abstains from the civil war because he's just like, I understand how both sides are getting this wrong, and I like, you can't force me to pick a side because like trying to be a hard line right or a hard line left on such a complicated and sensitive topic doesn't solve anything. It just makes you guys punch each other even harder. And and he also goes through like bouts of depression where it's just like, if I'm a rock man, why can't I be the strongest? Like I don't get to change. But then a thing will happen and he'll jump in and save somebody and he'll be like, yeah, this is what I need to be. He's a fantastic character, man. He's the heart of the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I agree with you because if you guys, I'm not sure if you're aware, but maybe Buckmeister would know. Jack Kirby, I guess you could say, put a bit of himself in the thing.
Oh yeah, true.
From his upbringing in New York, having to face bullies and stuff like that, being of Jewish descent and all of that. Like there's a bit of
also the smoking.
yeah, there's a bit of Jack, and you could say to some extent a bit of Stan Lee in the thing. So, and these guys have written, or rather have done, 100 issues of the Fantastic Four in the 60s, from the 60s. So there's no way they didn't put their heart and soul into that character.
Okay, I think
Okay,
so long as it has a happy ending, I'm happy with that because I just get sick and tired of seeing a sad story that goes on forever. Like, please, he needs to be loved.
He's Alicia Masters is doing wonderful things for him.
Hey man, shout out to Alicia, man. She smoothed out that rocky road.
People were busy feeling sympathy for Bruce Banner before this guy's like, really? Before him?
No, the thing is, I keep having to say the thing is, good God. Anyway, Ben Grimm has a family.
Yeah.
Like, Banner is always on the run. like
I wonder why.
I mean, it's not like Betty Ross didn't want to spend the rest of her life with him.
No, it's not that, but like when your father-in-law is going to be freaking General Ross, that's kind of a problem.
I get that. Like he's basically saying, dude, I don't want to be in between you and your dad.
No, it's not even between you and your dad. Your dad is actively trying to kidnap and kill me or experiment on me to create more super soldiers because he thinks I belong to him because I turned into a Hulk on accident from a scientific experiment that was happening on military grounds.
Yeah, I get that. I'm just saying, if she wants to be with him regardless, I don't think he would be okay with that. Just like, yo, at the end of the day, you know, I'm running from your dad. So I don't want you to be involved in all of this.
Let me run with you.
Yeah, no, but I mean, then Betty Ross also becomes a Hulk anyway, so they kind of square that circle. Like I think the thing is that it's that thing of Marvel loves it when a character, like certain characters get away with it somehow, but other characters like the Hulk, like Hulk and Wolverine, like perpetual, and Daredevil or something, you perpetually have to suffer. Or whatever. Like this is why you don't want to be a popular character. Like people are clamoring, they want Miles Morales to be the next Peter Parker, or they want him to replace Peter Parker, and I'm like, are you sure?
Are you ready for those fears?
All right. Anyway, Thor, Hammer time.
The God of Thunder, mighty Thor.
Love him. I first read about Thor at school. Loved him since then. I even played him in a school play. Loved him since then.
Fire Lord Zuko is Thor.
I'm picturing it like
another.
It was the most hilarious thing, and you can imagine I'm short as well, so I'm supposed to be this imposing thing. It was hilarious.
Which Thor did you play? Did you play Norse mythology Thor?
The original
Norse mythology, straight from Norse mythology.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
straight out of Asgard.
Yeah, from Asgard. I remember the second play. I played Loki, and there I got to be my devilish self. That was fun.
All right.
Look, I like him. I got exposed to him when I was a kid. There used to be this cartoon which basically just took panels from the comics and it was like motion comics. Captain America and Thor, they used to do that a lot back then. And he was cool, man. It was the first time I was introduced to these two characters who have weapons that come.
They were just narrating the entire episode.
Remember?
Oh God, it's just flashing back to me.
Yeah. So,
oh God.
So I was just introduced to these two characters who have weapons that are retractable. Or rather just come back to them like boomerangs or whatever. But to cut the long story short, Thor for me has always been a menacing character, like a really huge, powerful force of a character.
When he's written fantastically, like for example, Love and Thunder really hurt this story. That's that adaptation. No, because the comic book is actually quite epic. Because basically what happens is that it's 3 Thors, one from the future, one from the present, and one from the past. So the past Thor is all brash. He's basically the arrogant Thor that goes and gets himself banished by Odin. And then there's present Thor, which is the Avengers. And then there's old Thor, who becomes the king of Asgard. But basically Asgard got wrecked and destroyed by Gore, the God Butcher. And like Gore is just keeping Thor alive to torture him. So Thor always has to like go to battle just to protect the ghosts of Asgard or whatever. And then all 3 of them like come together in a timeline and basically they stop Gore. And how Gore gets stopped is basically because Gore the followers of Gore start looking at him as a hypocrite, because as much as he's against gods, he starts acting like one. It's a really cool story. I would say he's awesome.
I agree. Was also shout out to once again, that's Mightiest Hero. Was it season 2, episode 1, where they fight against Graviton?
No, that's season 1.
That's season 1, yeah. That climactic battle. It was Thor that kept that guy on his toes for most of the fight, up until he sucked it to the center of the earth. And then in the end, where everybody was now laying on the final moves, it was him who landed the knockout blow, because you just see a huge thunderstorm happening around him, and he just hear for God. And I was hoping they'd say that line in the damn Avengers first movie, but well, it never happened.
Yeah. No, and you know what line I also wanted in he says it in the comic books. He also says it in Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes. I wanted it in Age of Ultron so badly.
Yeah.
Ultron, we would have words with thee.
We would have no. The big scene is when Thor comes back from the quote unquote dead, and you just see everybody's like horrified to see this man, this extremely angry Asgard, and you just see, where is Ultron?
Oh man. Anyway,
if Thor has always been Ultron's biggest hater, because every time he lost,
there
comes a time where Vision betrays Ultron. Spoiler alert: if you haven't seen the show, Vision is created by Ultron in this storyline, but Vision manages to separate Ultron's head from his shoulders, but who knocks out his head?
Yeah. All right.
This guy has an adamantium body, and he knocked off his head.
Yeah.
So don't play like that.
So anyway, next one, Two-Face. He's a brilliant villain. He's one of my favorite villains.
I think badass.
I'd have to go awesome.
I wouldn't disagree. I've enjoyed him.
Yeah,
liked
same.
him, liked his movie portrayal. Funny enough, I liked his movie portrayal more than Jim Carrey's.
Yeah, but Jim Carrey was
But Jim
more
Carrey was the
comedic.
Riddler, though.
I
in
know.
that movie
Like
with
the Riddler.
Tommy Lee Jones was there.
dude from Tommy Lee Jones from Men in Black. I don't know. He was kind of
Look, it was
the
all
best portrayal of
campy.
him was in the best portrayal of him was in the Dark Knight. I think
True.
that was
True,
fantastic.
absolutely.
Outside of the animated series stuff, because the animated series stuff does wonderful things with him.
Yeah.
Yes.
His
Yes.
portrayal in the Arkham series was also phenomenal. And like he is one of this, like he's the poster boy for me. He's the poster boy for why Batman can't do his rogues gallery. If you get what I'm saying.
Can't do what?
Like he's the poster boy for why Batman can't kill any of his rogues. If you kind of get what I'm saying.
Because
like as much as the Joker is the poster boy for chaos, Two-Face is literally he's the divide. It's literally like this is why, because this guy is sick. Like it's not he's not just evil. There was a good person here and now he's gone.
Yeah, he's
maybe
a
I
tragic
can
hero.
bring him back.
He's basically a tragic hero for me.
No, a tragic villain.
More like I don't.
No, I would say
no, he's got too much stuff. He's got too many bodies for the hero side, or whatever the hell it is.
He used to be a tragic hero.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think
now he's definitely a tragic villain. Yeah.
And I just wanted to add. People forget that Harvey Dent was Bruce Wayne's best friend.
They were pretty much inseparable at some
yeah
point.
So you can't it's seeing the relationship that people are trying to pull with Spider-Man and the new Green Goblin, but
yeah,
you mean
Harry Osborn. Yeah, you just
in
see
the Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah, but it's like what they're trying to do that failed. They got it right with Batman and Harvey, because you are seeing your best friend go crazy, and you're trying to stop him from doing things as your crazy alter ego yourself, and you can't afford to put him down, because to put him down is to acknowledge that person that you once cared for and loved can't be saved. Batman wants to save everybody, including the person that's trapped under this monster.
And also, I think it covers bipolar so well, man, in here, because before he was, I guess you could say, he reached rock bottom with his face.
Yeah.
He was struggling with bipolar in the Batman animated series for a very long time. Like he was seeing a psychologist all the time.
That's not bipolar. Sorry. Let me just. I've got family who are bipolar. That's not. No.
Don't be
So going back to this whole thing of Batman dealing with people that have like mental health problems.
There you go. I'd rather say that.
Pardon?
I'd rather say that. Harvey's not bipolar. That's
no, but that's what they call. But that's what they call it in the comics, though.
Yeah, like, why did they give him that
in the animated series? Yeah.
Yo, why did they do that?
Anyway,
that was the diagnosis.
Like, what diagnosis? Who was your doctor? I want to meet a psychiatrist.
It was Dr. Umar.
You.
I beg your no. I think Dr. Umar would talk to the blacker side of Two-Face.
You need to get away from the snow bunnies.
Yeah, but anyway, what I'm saying is Harvey Dent had bipolar before he fully transitioned into being Two-Face.
I mean, that's why that's what the comics call it. Look, we're not doctors or psychologists, so people who know will probably explain it better. But the whole point is that's why he has the coin. Like, part of the thing is he can't do anything terrible until he flips the coin.
The choice.
Yeah, to some degree, people might say that he's indecisive, but I guess to him, it's all about fate. He likes saying that fate should decide and all of that, or stuff like that.
Chaos is fair.
Chaos is a ladder.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
again, I think he's not.
Hey, that line went that monologue went hard. Don't even hear it.
Yeah, like I will hear it until the day I die.
Okay, anyway, I was saying that yeah, he's not as iconic as Joker, but like he's like right behind him. I think he's my second. It's basically like now that I look at it, it's Joker, Two-Face, and then Bane. Those are my top three
For
rogues
me
galleries.
personally, I would replace Bane with the Riddler, but yeah, I think we are mostly aligned there.
All right, next one, Ultron himself, Age of Ultron.
Look, Age of Ultron comics, masterpiece. Age of Ultron's movie.
Okay,
was awesome.
We've had this discussion before. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess badass.
Look, Ultron as a characterization, he brings some compelling thoughts. He is the eternal hubris of Ant-Man.
But I mean, it gets. But I mean, the thing is that it's the one note thing for me.
Yeah, that's a problem. I think his characterization was done even a lot better in Earth's Mightiest Heroes. But you can see that even in his insanity,
no, I kind of dug him in Age of Ultron as well because I really liked how. I mean, yes, I get it. Dark reflections of a mad scientist. That's basically how Ultron is always created, no matter the thing. But I liked in thingy. Like I liked in Age of Ultron, like how when Tony Stark was like, "Okay, so what's the plan or whatever," and he's like, "Yeah, I wanted to take this time and to sit down and explain my evil plan." And then he starts blasting everybody.
Yeah, like
I thought that was like
awesome. So what's the vibranium from? Yeah, you see, that's and if you find out who voiced Ultron, it makes absolute sense.
Hence, I said Spader made that, like his performance, as
much
as it wasn't fully aligned with the Ultron and how it goes, but the way Spader just carried that, it brought.
And there's also like moments. There's also like moments where Spader is like intimidating his Ultron or whatever. Like when they captured a Black Widow and basically like he rips through his face to show that he's got his upgraded body. And also like there's no strings to hold me down. Now I'm free.
There are no strings on me.
Like that was an intro, dog.
Yeah.
The trailer was badass because he said that line and we were so.
Yeah, like that movie.
Actually, Age of Ultron wasn't horrible.
Movie, I like that movie a lot, but I see the weaknesses of that movie. But in terms of Ultron himself, I think it was a cool depiction, but it is a departure from the books.
I think the biggest feeling of the movie is what happened to Wanda's brother. I'll never call him by his actual name in that movie. It's not him.
No, I mean there's that, and also there's the weird, like another thing Age of Ultron suffers from is the whole we gotta set up for the next phase because there's that weird bath that Thor takes for some reason to show us the Infinity Stones, and I'm like, you guys did not need that. But anyway, moving on. Ultron himself, yeah, I feel like he's badass. Like he plays his one note very well, but it's all like evolution and turning everybody into robots.
Age of Ultron, the comics, that I highly recommend it. Go read it.
No, I've read that. I liked the one where Wolverine travels through time.
I'm talking to the audience. Like,
oh yeah,
go read it. You'll understand why it's called Age of Ultron. Beautiful,
yeah, stuff. Badass.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, Venom. Great introduction. I loved his first appearances. But as the things went on, he kind of got stupider and stupider. I do like when they tried to, and I'm guessing this is Eddie Brock. I'm guessing this is Eddie Brock.
When he is Spider-Man's angry axe, he is brilliant, intimidating, frightening, and there is no levels to how much of a threat he can appear to be. When is Eddie Brock's boyfriend?
No, I mean also there's like Lethal Protector had some cool stuff in it, and like Venom as an anti-hero, especially the Eddie Brock version, it does work. Sometimes they flip-flop hardcore, like they'll forget that Venom is
don't use that word. Oh God, don't use that word.
Yeah, okay. Well, anyway, sometimes like
what's wrong with flip-flop?
You don't know the gay world. That's the problem.
Oh God.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Our bad.
What is that like a sex position or something? Is it
Well, it's when they take turns topping.
so it is a sex. So it is a sex position.
So
Okay.
when you said
Jeez.
turns topping, I'm like, oh no.
Okay.
The viewers are gonna take
Okay.
it immediately. Like,
Clearly, the three of us took it literally. You.
Yeah,
hey,
so
I'm the one who
basically
needs. Am I
As you
not
can
the one who
understand,
protects you?
as you can see, I'm an ally, but they don't allow me into the meetings of the council, so I don't know what goes on there.
And
But
that's why I'm
again,
here to give you warnings before you go and before your innocent self goes and mentions something that'll start a whole Twitter feed.
oh God. Anyway, he whiplashes. So sometimes they're inconsistent with Venom as a character because Venom sometimes will, like, threaten like Mary Jane or whatever, but like Eddie Brock is supposed to have like a code of ethics and honor, and he's not supposed to be like involving civilians. That's part of another thing that kind of made him cool as a villain or whatever. And now they're getting to the point where they're basically emulating the movies, which I'm like, who decided that? Because there's weird panels where Eddie Brock is saying, take it slower or don't rush me or whatever the hell, and I'm like, what is going on here?
Look, Venom is basically every Tom Hardy's fan, every Tom Hardy's whoever has a crush on Tom Hardy's wet dream, basically. That's what that movie is becoming.
Well, whoever's writing, like I remember I saw a panel. I think maybe you sent it to me on the group, and I went through that, and it's like some of the most incoherent. And I'm like, all right, fine, you can make it a gay, innuendo.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Great, but like, what's the story here? Like, is it just Eddie? I'm saying, is it just Eddie Brock rolling through his apartment and telling Venom to do stuff to him?
Yes.
I'm like, why am I reading this?
Yes. All I just wanted to say is that everybody doesn't send Tom Hardy into that scene and they want to do things the same thing that they want Venom to do. That's what they want.
Yeah, but I'm like, where's the story? Like,
who cares? It's called fan fiction. They want the girls
but these are official panels. Like,
the girls and the gays want their noses to bleed, and that's what they're giving to them.
Guys, I think let's move on.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Oh wow. Okay. Let's hurry up.
Okay. Let's say I'll say badass.
Yeah, fine. Badass is okay.
Vision.
Cool.
Badass. I say badass. He's got enough stories. He's got cool stuff going on. That's my idea theory. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Because he literally has a fight against Captain America.
Vulture.
Never heard of him.
No, Adrian Toomes. You know him. You've seen him.
I know. I'm trying to be
Michael
salty.
Keaton.
Oh, the Michael Keaton one.
Yeah, I'm trying to be salty. Like, I never heard of him. Who's that?
Yeah, but I don't know enough about him. But from what I saw, I'll give him a cool. But I don't know enough to give him an actual.
I'll say badass. He's got some great stuff in the books. He's like, there's a plot with him where he basically got robbed from a company. And if you also watch Spectacular Spider-Man, they kind of adapt to that stuff as well to show how he got robbed and everything. And I mean, again, he's just an old dude trying to get rich. That's basically his thing. But there is some things to him. No. Cool is fine. You guys are right. Now that I think about it, cool is fine.
Right. Wasp. I want to say badass,
she's
but
cool. She's cool in Earth's Mightiest Heroes, but I think one thing I think that show should have done is they should have made her Venom blasts a little bit stronger because they don't do enough damage for me in that show.
Are those feel like a mosquito bite sometimes? You're like,
yeah, and in the comic books, she's kind of cool. I mean, there's the thing that happens with her with Ant-Man, and they basically never really move her past that. And I don't see them evolving her powers, but she's not a bad character.
She's like one of the founders of the Avengers in the comics.
I'll put her next to her ex-husband. Let's say cool. Yes. Winter Soldier.
Wait, are they still divorced?
I think they're still divorced.
Okay.
Because Marvel doesn't believe in making up. But anyway,
happy endings, guys. Believe in them again. Trust me.
Winter Soldier. Oh my gosh. So Bucky Barnes, really
say
cool.
awesome.
Yeah, awesome is cool. Like, yeah, he's got some really strong showings in the books. I like his MCU version. It's one of the things that's kind of closer to his comic, except they're deviating now.
There's a 34th timeline where him and Captain America are snooing. Don't ask me don't ask me to cite my sources. I'll definitely find them. So yeah.
Okay.
It
But
looks
yeah,
like every character now is just
no, there's a gay version of everybody.
yeah.
Just accept.
okay. But anyway, long in the short of it is that yeah, I like his story. I like his return in the comic books. I think it was really cool. And my favorite version of him is when he's taking the name Winter Soldier and he's like trying to redeem it and do heroic acts under that name. I don't really like him as Captain America. I don't like him when they change his name. I enjoy him as like Winter Soldier as the good guy. That's my favorite version of him.
Wasn't he some sort of white wolf in Wakanda, something like that?
No.
Yeah.
No, that's
That's the
MCU
MCU.
nonsense.
Yeah, why do they
okay.
even want to do that? Okay, let's not go into details.
But the
It's getting
Captain
late.
America thing is the comics. He was actually Captain America before Falcon, right?
Yeah,
Buck? I could
before
be wrong.
Sam. Yeah, yes.
Because I
Yes, he
remember
was.
back in college, that was all the Captain America covers was just him at the time, like
Yes, he was.
2007 or so, something like that.
Yeah. Basically, after Civil War and
After the
Captain America,
assassination, right?
yeah, Captain America got shot by a brainwashed Agent 13. That's another thing. I wish they didn't mess up his relationship with
Okay.
Agent 13 because
Okay.
they had a really cool relationship. But anyway, moving on. Ooh, our
Last
favorite
three.
Canuck, Wolverine, the Berserker.
Look, I know the storylines and how all the contradictions and stuff like that, and the movie portrayals and stuff like that, and everything like that. I hear you, but for his game, in-game appearance, he needs to be an S tier.
No, I was gonna argue for S tier. I
don't think anybody was gonna.
I don't think anybody was gonna.
Look, I know that. I didn't know there were going to be any naysayers, but for the games alone, the amount of times I've beaten Cyber Kuma with Wolverine, he deserves his spot in the sun.
He's definitely one of the most profitable characters in Marvel.
He's my second,
whether comic book or otherwise.
He's my second favorite X-Men. Like I've said time and time again, I don't like it when he's with the X-Men. Because I feel like the way they write him is just like, dog, who are you? But like when he's on his own, he seems to be wise. He seems to, kind of have his. I mean, they also do nonsense with him when he's on his own. There's also runs with him where it's just like, all right, I don't know what's happening here. But like usually, like he seems like wise. He seems like put together. He seems like, like as much as he's a loner, he doesn't seem to be like all up in people's business like that and all of that.
There is an alternate universe where he managed to seduce the heck out of a Greek god.
So there's that.
Like Hercules was all up in that.
Because I think one of the things I really hate is I hate how he chases Jean when he's with the X-Men.
That's why I'm saying like no, he needs guys. Wolverine had rest for days. Tell me which mortal out here can raise up a god like that? Not just any god, Hercules, son of Zeus. Zeus was like, you're not going to end up with that mortal Wolverine, and Joaquin is like, screw you, Dad. You don't tell me who I love.
Screw you, Dad. Yeah, but I'm just like, I think I really hate it when he chases Jean. It's the worst version of him, and they can't even decide. They can't even decide what they want to do with that. My favorite relationship of his was Mariko, the person who was like the underground mafia and yakuza and all of that stuff. Like they had a really cool relationship. They met up again, and then Marvel was like, "Yeah, you see that thing about them two getting back together? We're just gonna push that to the side. Wolverine, go off and be alone again." So yeah.
I just wanted to mention something. When you're talking about Thor, and you reminded me of that old show, Mr. Extrodin.
Mm-hmm.
And that characterization of Thor was so overpowered, he literally stopped time.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
He twirled his hammer.
I think I've seen some of that. I've seen some of that. Yeah. Anyway, next one, Wonder Woman.
Same reason as Superman, she needs to be up there.
Yeah, S tier. Just put it next to Batman or something.
Okay. I mean, some stuff I've read, I like. Other stuff I've been like, what? So I guess.
Yeah, but she's the template that got female characterization in comics in the first place.
True. I mean, I wish
And-
DC would respect her a bit better, but
yeah, my argument for Superman in terms of writing, same copy and paste. Just remove the word Superman and Clark
But
Kent and just put Diana
I enjoy Wonder Woman fights, I think, more than Superman fights, because I think they've managed to make her powerful enough where she's a threat, but they've managed to scale her so that when things happen to her, I'm like, oh, this makes sense.
Yeah, like she can take L's, basically.
Yeah.
But still, write her better because she could revolutionize DC. If you just
okay,
gave her the time and
all right, but I'll defer to you guys. Last one.
And Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins, y'all.
This is the
Poppins,
comic version, right? Because the comic version was not a villain. He was like actually part of the original Guardians of the Galaxy team.
Yeah, I mean, I'd read some of that stuff, but I'm gonna tell you right now, my knowledge is limited on Yondu in the comics.
Yeah. No, same here. Same here.
I don't think he's Donkey though. I guess we can say cool. Let's say cool.
I'm gonna put him in cool. Definitely
cool. Not Donkey.
Yeah.
Mary Poppins, y'all.
Who got Donkey?
And that's
by the way.
Mad Hatter alone.
Sewage, I mean. Who got
no, Sewage.
No, Sewage.
Bullseye, Carnage, Deathstroke, and Doomsday.
Yeah, they deserve it.
All right, and that's the list. That is everybody there. We did it.
Wow. And trust me, this is not even a comprehensive list. This was just like a template that was already on here. But
yeah, because if you went into this serious detail, there's so many other characters we'll be fighting about. Because how many of the X-Men have you finished?
Yo, I think we did
you got a lot of X-Men in here.
I think we got about
no,
10
but not
X-Men.
all of them. Where's Angel? Was Angel even here?
No, Angel was not here.
Exactly.
But I think they don't know what they're doing with Angel anyway, so.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, we haven't gone through all the X-Men characters, let alone all the characters.
that was gonna take us 2 years, buddy.
Where's my beloved Winston Duke? I mean,
Buck.
Never.
My king.
We're lucky T'Challa showed up in this list. Let's be honest. There's no other Wakandan characters.
Yeah.
Where's Tony Stark? Is Tony Stark here?
Yeah, Tony Stark was here.
Stark is here.
Yeah, Stark is there.
Yeah, but where's the Black Iron Man?
War Machine.
Oh, War Machine.
Because let's be honest,
there's no milestone characters here. I wish there were some milestone characters here. But anyway, no, but they're not popular
maybe sometime next year we'll do some of the characters that were not on here.
Anyway,
all right, but I think let's close out the video for today.
Yeah.
So this is the list, everybody. Let us know how you feel about this list. Are you cool with it? Are you not cool with it? Is there a character we ranked too high? Is there a character we ranked too low? Talk to us in the comment section down below. I was about did I rhyme? I did.
Yes.
Bars. Anyway, yes. So yeah, hit that like, that share, that subscribe, ring those notification bells. Please follow everybody that is on this panel. Make sure that you catch the next video that we're going to be doing, because we're going to be going back to, I believe, Scissor 7, which is freaking amazing. We got to get back to Daibo and Dachshund and all of them crazy characters.
We need to eventually get back to Naruto.
The Scissors of Chicken Island. Oh yeah, we do need
Bro,
to get back to Naruto.
if we're really being technical about it, we need to go back to Young Justice.
The Sophie.
Yeah. But anyway.
No.
Oh no.
Okay. Oh no. We've been so good, Buckmeister. What happened?
Twin, where have you been? Nobody knows me quite like you.
We cannot resist the Khala.
Damn it. Okay, anyway.
You guys need to hack into your parents' brain. There's some secrets there.
The age gap says otherwise.
Oh god, I don't know.
No, you guys are part of a Project Cadmus. You're cloned, and
oh my god.
Okay, anyway, so from the clone crew and from Zuko and from Mr. Extrodin, thank you so much for getting up to this point. If you're at this point, you're really spectacular. Again, make sure you hit that like, that share, that subscribe, and ring the notification bells, all of that good stuff. And we will see you all in other videos, because for now, Africa is Next podcast has to be out. And why did I say that? Why did I say it like that? Africa's Next podcast has to be out. Okay, peace.
Peace. Bye.
Later.